Right. I'm Dan Sharp. I'm a senior software architect at Ingersoll Rand. I'm starting Rug. It's here for Rug. I've been coding for 20 years, Ruby and Rails for 8-ish or so, but I've really only been testing seriously hardcore for the last few years. So I want to talk about why dry up tests, because duplicated code makes DHH cry. This is going to be really fast because I only have 3 minutes. Some different strategies for test drying, shared examples, shared contexts, helper methods, including modules, looping constructs, custom matchers, and fancy Ruby tricks. I wish I had time to go into those a little bit more. Some quick rules of thumb when you're drying up your test. Don't dry too early. Wait for duplication before you undo. Don't sacrifice readability or understandability. Tests don't just exercise code, they describe intent. And I find the easiest place to share examples in a support folder, but mostly it's all Ruby. I love the fact that with Ruby, if you don't like it, change it. A shared example is a quick way to define like a test template, a storage of a test run that can be applied via another test, a good RSpec way to dry your tests. It's best used, I found, when the tests have a common shape, like controller tests or algorithms or subclasses. So a very quick example here. Let's see if your typical Rails controller specs, the post on the left controller and a comments controller. You could dry them up with a shared example that describes the things that are similar to them, and then you get something that looks nice and simple like this. So you have, it should behave like, and your code is a lot easier to read. Some really fast tips. Tip 1, name them so that they can read well. Like shared example, a Fibonacci calculator, so that in your code, when someone's reading in your spec, you would say it should behave like a Fibonacci calculator. If you actually name it poorly, it reads funny. Tip 2, use the describe class. This gives you a way to, when you describe the class that you're going to test, you can then do some Ruby magic on it. Pluralize, constatize, singularize, etc. Tip 3, you can actually pass in variables to shared examples. So you can do fancy stuff like I might have a controller test that redirects to a different place than normal. I can pass that in. Tip 4, the 4 variants of the shared group. 2 of them are in the current context, and 2 of them create their own nested context, so just be aware of that. And tip 5, go green first before you do this. Don't start with shared examples, get your test green first. So you refactor to dry using one of these techniques, and then stop when green and still readable and understandable. And that's it. Thank you.